These old scars didn't come from standing still. They came from loving when I knew my heart could be broken,
from believing in people who couldn't believe in themselves,
from carrying crosses
that weren't even mine,
from showing up when nobody asked me to.
Every line written across this skin has a story I never wanted to live,
but somehow survive.
People see the scars, they don't see the battles.
They don't hear the midnight prayers. They don't know how many times I almost gave up, but
chose one more sunrise instead.
But sunrise instead. I trusted
when fear told me not to.
I forgave when revenge would have been easier.
I opened my heart knowing full well it could be shattered by the very hands I was trying to hold.
Some call me foolish,
some call me weak,
but weakness
doesn't keep getting back up.
Weakness
doesn't keep loving after being left behind. Oh, these scars weren't made by a coward. They were earned by a soul that refused to stop believing
there was still good in this world.
Every wound has a memory, every scar has a testimony, and every tear I cried watered the man I'm becoming. My scars are proof I was brave enough
to love without guarantee,
brave enough to hope when hope seemed gone, brave enough
to trust God
when life stopped making sense.
These scars
don't tell the story of how I was defeated, they tell the story of how I survived.
I used to hide the broken places. I thought scars made me less.
And I remember the hands of Jesus even after the resurrection.
The scars remain
not as symbols
of defeat,
but as evidence of a love that endured suffering to save the world.
Maybe that's what scars really are.
Not reminders of where we lost,
but reminders of what grace refused to let us die.
Now I don't hide them,
I thank God for them,
because every scar marks a place where pain couldn't have the final word.
If you're ashamed of the scars you carry,
lift your head.
The strongest hearts are rarely
the untouched ones.
They're the hearts that broke,
healed,
and still chose
to love again. My scars are proof I was
brave enough to stand when the storm wanted me on my knees,
brave enough to forgive when bitterness called my name,
brave enough to believe
that God's plan was bigger than my pain.
So I won't hide
The marks life left on me,
they're not signs
that I failed,
they're reminders
that I kept walking, that I kept praying, that I kept believing.
and every scar points to the faithfulness of the God who carried me
when I couldn't carry myself.
These scars
are not my shame,
they're my witness. They're the signature of battles survived,
the evidence of mercy receive the fingerprints of God's healing.
And every time I look at them,
I'm reminded
I was never too broken.
I was simply brave enough to keep going.
These old scars didn't come from standing still. They came from loving.
When I knew my heart could be broken,
From believing in people who couldn't believe in themselves.
from carrying crosses
That weren't even mine. From showing up
when nobody asked me to. Every line written across this skin has a story I never wanted to live,
but somehow survived.
People see the scars, they don't see the battles. They don't hear the midnight prayers. They don't know how many times I almost gave up, but chose one more sunrise instead.
I trusted
When fear told me not to,
I forgave when revenge
would have been easier.
I opened my heart,
Knowing full well it could be shattered by the very hands I was trying to hold.
some call me foolish,
Some call me weak,
but weakness,
doesn't keep getting back up.
weakness
Doesn't keep loving after being left behind. No, these scars weren't made by a coward. They were earned by a soul that refused to stop believing there was still good in this world. Every wound has a memory, every scar has a testimony, and every tear I cry,
water the man.
I'm becoming my scars.
Proof I was brave enough
Brave enough to love,
without guarantee.
brave enough to
When
hope,
hope seemed gone,
brave enough to trust God. When life stopped making sense,
these scars
don't tell the story
of how I was defeated,
they tell the story
of how I
survived.
I used to hide the broken places,
I thought scars made me less,
and I remember the hands of Jesus.
even after the resurrection.
The scars remain,
Not as symbols of defeat,
but as evidence
of a love
that endured suffering.
save the world.
Maybe that's what scars
Really are
not reminders
of where we lost,
but reminders of where grace.
refuse to let us die.
Now I don't hide them,
Thank God for them.
'cause every scar marks a place where
Pain couldn't have the final word. If you're ashamed of the scars you carry,
lift your head.
the strongest hearts are rarely.
The untouched ones
They're the hearts that broke, killed, and still chose to love again. My scars are proof
I was brave enough,
brave enough to stand when the storm wanted me on my knees.
brave enough to forgive,
When bitterness called my name,
brave enough to believe
that God's plan was bigger than my pain. So I won't hide the marks life left on me,
they're not signs,
that I failed,
they're reminders that I kept walking,
that I kept praying,
that I kept believing
and every scar points to the faithfulness
of the God who carried me.
when I couldn't carry myself.
These scars,
Are not my shame,
they're my witness
they're the signature,
of battles survived.
the evidence of mercy. Receive the fingerprints of God's healing.
And every time I look at them,
I'm reminded
I was never too
trust God
broken.
when life stopped making sense.
the broken places I thought scars made me less.
Then I remember the hands of Jesus, even after the resurrection.
The scars remain,
Not as symbols of defeat, but as evidence of a love that endured suffering to save the world.
maybe that's what scars really are.
Not reminders of where we lost,
But reminders of what grace refused to let us die.
now I don't hide them,
I thank God for them.
because every scar marks a place where pain couldn't have the final word.
If you're ashamed of the scars you carry,
Lift your head,
the strongest hearts are rarely.
the untouched ones,
They're the hearts that broke
healed
and still chose
to love again. My scars are proof I was
brave enough to stand when the storm wanted me on my knees.
brave enough to forgive when bitterness called my name,
Brave enough to believe
that God's plan was bigger than my pain.
so I won't hide.
The marks life left on me,
They're not signs,
that I failed,
they're reminders
that I kept walking, that I kept praying, that I kept believing.
and every scar points to the faithfulness of the God who carried me
When I couldn't carry myself,
these scars.
are not my shame.
They're my witness, they're the signature of battles survived.
The evidence of mercy received, the fingerprints of God's healing.
And every time I look at them,
I'm reminded
I was never too broken.
I was simply brave enough to keep going.